Happy Friday, Oaklawn race fans. It is a beautiful sunny day. Matt got the memo to wear blue because we are all matching the Oaklawn Today set. I'm Nancy Holthus, joined alongside track announcer Matt Dinnerman. And I brought in a little something, Matt, which you did as well. I love a good show and tell. But show us the new additions of what we have.
Well, we have a Randy Finnegan, who is an owner. He got me this duck from Scotland to add to the collection.
Little Braveheart duck.
A Braveheart duck. We're at about 280 of them now.
Oh,
so lots of them up. So there he is. Look at this coloring. I mean, this is a beautiful
Show this
visual.
side. Show that side to the camera.
There
He's
you
even
go,
got
right
his
there.
own coat
His
of
little
arms.
emblem. Yeah.
He's wearing his red tartan.
He's got a beard. I mean, he's got it all. I don't think I have a duck that has a beard.
What would the duck version of William Wallace be called?
I don't know.
He was the character in Braveheart.
Well, I think Randy told me that that's a William Wallace duck.
Oh, yeah, it is, certainly, especially with the blue on the face. Big fan of the movie Braveheart.
Okay, I've never seen it.
You got to have 3 good hours to dedicate to it.
Sure.
But then I also brought you a package that was delivered to my office. They asked me if I could deliver it to you, and it came directly from the Quactory.
The Quactory.
How apropos is that?
We got a Bengals duck. Here he is.
I wonder who that's from.
Cincinnati Bengals. Someone from Cincinnati, I would imagine.
Well, the Quactory probably has a variety of ducks. I'm wondering, does it say, is there a note in there? Is it a secret admirer? I mean, what's going on?
I have plenty of those.
People want to know.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, here we go. Who's that from?
Who is this from?
Refer a friend, get 15% off. Does it say?
No, does it? It's a secret admirer.
It's a secret admirer for Matt Dinnerman, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm right here in the studio,
but
so
we
you
gotta
know where to find me.
We got to figure out who is the sense. Are you a Bengals fan, or I'm guessing the person is a Bengals fan?
I'm imagining the person's a Bengals fan. So
well, now the mystery continues.
Yeah.
Who's a Cincinnati Bengals
We like
fan.
sports here in this game. Most people in
do.
horse racing like sports, football, basketball,
They typically
baseball,
do. It's that competitive drive that keeps us all. But that's awesome. You got 2 new ducks.
It's nice. It's because, and here's the thing, they can get a little bit intimidated when they're new to the flock. So that now that they have 2 of them, they both
can go in together.
Yeah, they can go in together. And I think they're friends forever.
And they're both kind of warriors. You know, football players are warriors, as were William Wallace and all the Bravehearts.
Sure.
Pretty
and so are our
interesting.
horses and jockeys that we're
Yes,
going to see
they are.
today.
And so are we when we have to be. You know, we have to handicap a card.
For sure.
Let's go ahead and take a look at Mother Nature. It's a beautiful day here in the Spa City. We do have a fast track. Winds 5 miles per hour out of the west-southwest. Sunny skies and 58 degrees, and that is only going to go up. It looks like we are going to have a perfect weather weekend, very different from the one we had last weekend. So
Sure.
glad to see the sunny skies and some beautiful, beautiful days for dark days that we had. Did you do anything? Did you find any lawn furniture or patio furniture?
I did. I have found a good set to put out on
Okay.
the patio. So we're going to order it very soon. And that's why I waited, because I knew the weather would be better later in the meet.
Now it's perfect. You can go out and enjoy it and maybe do some handicapping out on the deck.
Exactly.
a
I've been
little
doing it
margarita.
in the living room, but I want to get outside and hear the birds. And, you know, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe like in April, May, do some handicapping and then go for a swim.
Oh, there you go. But please make sure you have a buddy, because that water is still going to be freakishly cold.
Even in May?
Yes.
Late May? Early May?
It's going to be,
Okay.
Early May.
I'll put on
it's still going to have some shock to it.
I'll put on a wetsuit there.
Okay.
That'll help.
Yeah, it's still going to have some shock to it. So swim with a buddy.
Okay.
Always swim with a buddy.
Fair enough.
Let's take a look at our news page on this Friday morning, as we did have our current leaders still on top of the standings, Christian Torres and Steve Asmussen. It's very, very interesting as they have a solid lead. We got a packed Saturday. Dawn at Oaklawn with our very own track announcer, Matt Dinnerman. The infield will be open. Fantastic place to spend with the family or some loved ones and friends. Win the wheel. Also get your chance to take home some Oaklawn prizes. And we will have the running of the Down the Dusty Road Breeder Stakes for Arkansas breds. And stakes action continues on Sunday with the No Double. And
yeah, I saw something very interesting that we
yeah.
just got a ping on our
I wonder
text.
if that's it, if that's who sent it.
I think that's who it is. Even a special celebrity sent me this duck.
That'd be pretty cool if that is.
Yeah.
Tell it who it is.
Al Golden, who is now soon to be, he's been hired to be the defensive coordinator for the Cincinnati Bengals.
That's huge. He was the Broyles Award winner this past year, or this past just, a few weeks ago, and Oaklawn did host that award ceremony. That's a big get for Oaklawn hosting the Broyles Award. And I just did get an announcement. The infield is going to be open Saturday and Sunday. So make sure you come on out and enjoy the sunny skies, because that looks like it's what it's going to be, because I think Monday and definitely Tuesday the rain is going to come in. So it's a perfect opportunity to come out this weekend and experience the Oaklawn infield. Well, Matt, 10 races today, and personally I didn't have a real strong opinion on many of the races in the card, but it's still going to be a solid 10 races. We start out with race number 1, the first leg of the early 50-cent pick 5. This is non-winners of 2. Claiming price is $12,500. It is for 3-year-olds and up, and they will contest a mile and a 16th in distance. I was so disappointed when the 6-horse scratched, because I wanted you to hear it. I wanted you to say it and sing it. Your cousin from Boston. You know, when they do the Samuel Adams. You know, when they do the Samuel Adams commercials? I'm guessing that's exactly what that's from.
I'm sure it is.
It has to be. But both parts of the entry will remain, which means we have a field of 10 with 9 betting entrants.
Yep, we've got a mile and a 16th race here, and my top pick in the race is Classically. Broke his maiden for 22 starts ago, and then last time out for 12-5 non-2 this condition. I like this horse, stumbled terribly at the break, and I remember calling the race and within 2 seconds thought to myself in my head, not on the microphone, but that was that. So I'm going to give this horse a pass off of that. Actually made a little bit of a move around the far turn and then flattened out. He had no shot to succeed that day. So we're going to try him again. First off the claim for Abel Ramirez Rodriguez, who wins at about 24% first off the claim. So Classically, we're going to take another shot with him.
All right. I'm going to go to the horse that does draw that rail post position. Where's the number 2 saddlecloth? That is Lear, coming from the barn of Steve Asmussen. Keith in the irons is going to take a considerable drop in class and condition after facing allowance runners. Ran 5th, a closing 5th, I should note, at Houston, going a mile and 70. That allowance condition might just actually parlay over to this perfect level. Also is going to be in for a tag for the very first time in his career. Does race second off a little bit of a freshening where the barn is 20%. And while there's not a whole lot of speed in the opener, I do see this runner probably sitting mid-pack and hoping to get the job done in the third lifetime start for the number 2 Lear. Third lifetime Oaklawn start, I should say. Race number 2, let's talk Arkansas bred. This is for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up, and they are going 6 furlongs. This race also is the first leg of our early 50-cent pick 4. And Matt, you know, when we talk Arky breds, we talk full fields, as we just had 2 scratches of the also eligibles.
And this will be a good day for full fields as well. We got plenty of them. But I feel in this race, there are no standouts by any means. You got horses here that they're a little bit more on the pedestrian side.
Yes.
So with that in mind, I said, you know what? A price could win this, and B, why not go with a new shooter to the horse racing game?
All right, and there are several in this field.
Yes, so we're going to use towards the inside Sunday Sprinkles, a filly by Mark Valesky out of a Biandetti mare who is a sprinter. I actually watched this horse work on Oaklawn.com, and we saw that this runner here had an extremely good workout out of the gate, going 48 and change, was hustled along to keep up. But I think that this runner has natural speed. In a race where there really isn't a standout in here, runners with poor form and horses that don't have the greatest speed figures, I like a horse with that in mind, with speed. And this horse actually galloped out fairly well. And I remember writing in my comment lines, if this filly is spotted in the right spot, lower level maiden claimer, she might be okay. So with that in mind, here she is. She's 15-1. And I said, what the heck? Let's take a shot.
Well, I'm going to go with a shot as well. Not the 15-1 that Matt is, but 5-1 on the number 4 Golden Eagle. Tammy Hornsby, legs up jockey Walter De La Cruz. Faced tougher last time. It was open, maiden 12-5, and that's when the Arkansas breds compete for the $20,000 claim price. So did contest some open runners, is 3 years old. But I think in regards to Arkansas breds, the age gap isn't really as significant as it is in open company. Did lead the way last out and just tired a little bit late to run third, but beaten less than 5 lengths for the win. And that was also the first time getting LASIK. So back in against Seoul, Arkansas breds could be the chance to find golden edge on the lead again, but could have some company potentially from the speedy Sending from the barn of Robert Klein. Race number 3 is also at the $12,500 claim price, but these are all winners. Fillies and mares 4 and up, and they are going to go 6 furlongs. No scratches, but a rider change on the number 3. Make the pilot Candy Arcade, Francisco Arrieta.
Candy Arcade looking for her 3rd win at the meet. She's in good form, but I'm going to pick her 2nd. I picked Birdie's Cause on top. A race with speed here. This gal comes out of a good race. Mizoku won the race. American Band, we saw them in the carousel on Rebel Day. So obviously this is a needed drop in class, but it's not a suspicious one because she was all out to win for 10,000 2 starts ago. I think she was just too ambitiously spotted last time. And now she gets back to a field that appears to be more like her friends. And I would imagine with the projected decent pace in this race, if the track is fair today, I think she can come from off of it and win this one. She loves Oaklawn Park. The only thing with her is she needs to be spotted in the right spot. When she is and she gets the right pace set up, she's usually very competitive and honest. So she's going to be the pick. I think this is the right spot.
The number 9 Atlantic Strike 7-2 on the morning line. Harry Hernandez up for trainer Matt Williams. Was claimed last out at the $16,000 level, and that particular race turned out to be a key one as the 1st and 2nd place finisher scored right back to the winner's circle. We are going to take just a slight drop in class. Enough time has passed that this runner is out of jail, as that last race was in mid-December. Super consistent runner. This 9-time winner has been in the money 7 of the last 8 starts, so definitely knows how to earn those paychecks, and does debut for the new barn, who's 21% off the purchase. Really figures out quickly what this horse needs to get the job done, and also 35% when sending out horses off a minor freshening. So we'll see if Atlantic Strike can get Harry Hernandez his picture taken on this Friday card. Race number 4 is 4-year-olds and up at 1.16 miles, either non-winners of 3 or those that have not won a race since May 28th. Did have a couple scratches of the 9 and the 14, which does allow the 13 to draw in, which equals a full field.
It equals a full field, and it also means the co-morning line favorite at 3-1 is now in the race. So that's a big deal. Lion's not cheap, but must overcome the outside post going 2 turns,
Yes.
which isn't an easy thing to do, especially for claimers like these. I am going to pick number 2 in this race, Cost Basis. I think this runner will be close to the pace. I think this horse has the best form out of any of them. And I think that last race was actually better than Look, but it was also sprinting. And this horse is probably a little bit better on his best day routing. So I think he's going to be up on the pace today. And I actually think he's quick enough to clear off potentially in this race. And when he gets the lead, he gets brave. And even though he hasn't won in a little while, he's run better races than everybody else. So I'm going off the recent form here.
I'm going to go with the horse that is going to draw in off the also eligibles. The number 13, Lion's Not Cheap, was 2nd last out. And this runner is a 5-time winner, so still looking for that date eligibility, and almost got it done last out against time-restricted $8,000 runners at a mile to run 2nd after pressing the pace. Again, the outside draw is a concern, especially going 1.16 miles. That first turn comes up very, very quickly, but I do see Ramon Vasquez probably hustling this horse out and sitting just off the pace. I would ideally like to see this horse within the first flight of runners going into the first turn. But yeah, definitely going to have to overcome that far outside 12 post at the 1.16 distance. Race number 5, before we take a quick break, non-winners of 2 at the $75,000 claim price. 3-year-old fillies sprinting 6 furlongs. Did have a scratch of the number 6, Princess of Omaha, which leaves a field of 8.
Yes, and this is a race for runners that aren't quite good enough to win allowances as younger 3-year-old fillies. So here they are in for 75 non-2. I like the condition. I'm going to pick Battleshipper on top. One of the class horses in the race was stakes placed at Prairie Meadows. Second start off a layoff. This runner comes off a very poor effort in the Mockingbird, but first time LASIKs, that should help. The drop should help. And I think this gal is very much primed and entered to rebound here in race number 5.
Yeah, definitely interesting. There's a couple that are coming out of stakes company, or no, just the one, but a couple do have stakes on their back form. I'm going to look to the number 5. Complex Secret was claimed last out and facing tougher 50 starters option 62,500. Came from off the pace and ran third after being a little bit bothered at the 8th pole. That was also a claim for the McKnight barn. McKnight does very well with new acquisitions, firing at about 21%. I'm seeing this runner sit maybe within the first flight after hopefully not getting bothered this time, and the drop-in condition is certainly a big boost forward. We're going to take a quick break here on the Friday edition at the Quactory here at Oaklawn Today Studios. Well, potentially. Yeah, that'd be really, really cool if it was. We need to at him on X or something, figure out if it is. We're going to take a quick break, and when we return, race number 6, which starts the first leg of the late 50-cent Pick 5. We'll be right back.
Experience the excitement of horse racing with Oaklawn Anywhere. If you're an Arkansas resident, you can watch and wager on horse racing from around the globe, whether you're at home or on the go, with any smartphone, laptop, or tablet, anytime, anywhere. Download the free Oaklawn Anywhere app and register for a sign-up bonus. With access to past performances, live video, race replays, and expert handicapping data, you're always in the know with no subscription fees. Bet online anytime with Oaklawn Anywhere, exclusively available to Arkansans. Right, Max? Oaklawn Anywhere. Our season never ends. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-522-4700.
Attention Oaklawn, just by swiping your IDs at our swipe stations on live race days, you've been receiving free or discounted items as well as free race bets. But now you can also swipe for a chance to win cash. Every time you swipe on Fridays and Sundays, you will receive a double entry for our Lucky Loot drawing. And swiping on Saturdays earns you a single entry. The Lucky Loot drawing will take place on Saturday, March 15th, where 35 lucky winners will share $17,000 cash. After each of the first 7 races, we'll draw 5 names to win cash prizes ranging from $300 to $1,000. Don't miss out on your chance to win, and you can't win if you don't swipe.
You would be just absolutely loving our off-air chatter, wouldn't you?
Some people might not, though. So
No,
we'll just keep it to
it's
Matt
very
and myself.
entertaining.
But
We're
yeah,
having fun in here.
But yeah, Matt was talking about, I said, mainline sports bar really has become the place to be on track. It's a great place to watch the races, other sports, and get some fabulous food and drinks. But the studio is closed. When we initially built the Oaklawn Today studio, there were no windows, and especially during the winter, like I remember one day wearing a fur coat because it was so cold in here because of that paddock door. And then occasionally there would be people that, I don't want to use the word heckle, but that got a little involved in the show. So yeah, the windows and the
You're being politically correct.
Yes,
with that
I'm
statement.
being very PC. But yeah, the windows did go up, but it also allows us to not hear that feedback as well. So yeah, sometimes that can be odd if you're not used to it. Race number 6, as we pick things back up on the Friday card, the first leg of the late 50-cent Pick 5 starts right here with 3-year-olds and up. They'll go 6 furlongs, non-winners of 3, and the claiming price is $15,000. We have a field of 11. The rail horse Bettering is out, as well as both also eligibles.
So that leaves us with 11 to figure out who's going to win this thing. I picked the favorite, Express Cruiser. I thought this horse was unlucky to lose farther back than we projected last time out off of freshening for Tom Amoss, and this horse came right up the rail flying, lost by a narrow margin, and galloped out big. In for 15 today, so takes a little bit of an increase in tag. I don't know if this is necessarily anything different than what he saw last time out, with the exception of that last race was for Open 10. So you can make an argument this is actually a little bit of a class drop, even though he's up in tag. But I like Express Cruiser. I think he's the one in here if he runs his best race.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Express Cruiser as well. Not a super strong opinion. The only drawback about Express Cruiser, he's 0 for 8 in the win column at those starts at 6 furlongs. But he has rounded out the exotics 5 of those times. I'm thinking today is going to be his first win at the distance, but I like the fact that he likes Oaklawn in the money 4 of 6. So yeah, just missed last time, scoring against slightly tougher. So I'm going to go with Matt's top selection as well in race number 6 as we move on to race number 7, the first leg of the final 50-cent pick 4 on the Friday program. This is a first level allowance, fillies and mares, 4 and up, and they'll go 1 mile and a 16th. And Matt, look what we got, another full field of 12.
Yay, and it's an allowance group, so a good quality field here for the fillies and mares. And my top pick in this race is Simply Enchanting. Second start off a 2.5-month break for Phil D'Amato. This gal sort of showed peculiar tactics last time out. Stalked the pace early, was in a good spot, but made a middle race move to duel on the lead, and then flattened out a bit. Finished 4th behind In Just My Heels, the next out second level allowance winner, and she came back to run a lot better than looked in a stake last week on Rebel Day, where she was very far off the pace, farther back than we expected, and over a speed bias track, and was able to gallop out really big on that track, was the only one closing. So I just like that Simply Enchanting finish behind In Just My Heels, and I think with a better trip, she can even move forward off that last race. So I think at 8-1, she's a really good play here.
Well, Matt's taking a shot. I'm going to do the same, but I'm going to go with the number 4, Champagne Rose, Brazilian bred. Julian Leperoux and Kenny McPeak team up here. She was a 4-time winner. It was on the turf in her native Brazil and actually won a couple of group races. That's their version of graded stakes over there. She then came off of a little bit of a break from May 18th, her final start in her native country, to race at the fairgrounds in mid-January and face stakes runners. It was also over the slop. Didn't fare very well, but certainly could have needed a race after doing all the travel, going through quarantine, and then settling in her new environment. So I'm going to give her a mulligan on that one as she does return to the overnight ranks, and very lightly raced, but now that she does have a start and she seems to have trained forwardly, she also trained down at the fairgrounds where they didn't lose nearly as many weather days as we did. So I'm going to take a shot with the number 4, Champagne Rose, or you could say Champagne Rosé.
I would bet Champagne Rose.
Probably
My
Champagne
grandma's
Rose.
name was Rose. I'm just going to say
that.
Rose.
I love that. Well, cheers to Rose. And
Yes.
cheers her with some champagne. Race number 8 is for 4 and up, a time-restricted $16,000 claiming its non-winners of a race since October 28th, and they will go 6 furlongs in distance. Did have a couple scratches of the 2 and the 4, but take a look. Both also eligibles draw in.
There you go. And both Asmussen boys are not sitting in the room this
No,
race
they are
with
not.
those also eligibles, which is what Steve would want.
Yes.
So with that in mind, we've got a full field in race 8, and Dazzle Me Silver is going to be my pick, cutting back from a route to a sprint. This horse tried routing last time out, ran pretty poorly, was wide on both turns, but just did not run a good race that day. Is in for 16, third off the claim for Ray Ashford. This horse only lost by a length and 3/4 to Payne 2 starts ago sprinting. So if he can do that in for 16 today, I think he's very much in the right spot. He doesn't win often, that's a concern to me, but he's going to be really fit cutting back in distance. And from a 33-horse sample, Ray Ashford Jr., route to sprint, 24%. That is a phenomenal stat.
That is huge. I'm going to go a little further or to the outside of Matt with the number 8, Without Objection. Was a winner 2 starts back when facing time-restricted $10,000 company and basically was headed at the top of the lane, but dug in and hung on to win by a head margin, or excuse me, by a neck margin, and did step up last time to face open 12-5 company and dueled throughout and wound up third after getting just a little bit tired late in the lanes. But there's a decent amount of pace in this particular field, so I wouldn't be surprised to see, well, he's got options. He can either send from the bell as he did 2 and 3 starts back locally, or just sit off the pace. But this one coming from the barn of Kim Poole. And we see Travis Wales. He doesn't ride very often, but he gets a lot of run out of the horses that he gets legged up on.
He does, and he also is a rider that's very good with speed horses, and this horse has speed. He's a very aggressive rider and good at getting him out of the gate, which is exactly what you want with a speed horse.
Race number 9 is the feature on the afternoon. Nobody in for the $80,000 claim prize, so they are all racing for that allowance condition and are going to go 1 1/8 miles in distance. We have a very talented group of 8 that will go to the post.
And I don't think there's a lot of speed in this race, so I tended to cater into a speed horse. Laughing Boy is my pick. 10-1 on the morning line. I don't think you're going to get that. But this horse ran very poorly in the Tinsel last time out on a muddy track without Lasix. His 2 and 3 back efforts, both close to the pace in very strong starter allowance races, were very good. I wouldn't necessarily say this horse is the best horse, but I do think he's got the pace edge in here. Even though Speed Bias, number 8, likes to be close, he doesn't need the lead, and Laughing Boy does. So I think Sammy Camacho Jr. is really going to get after this horse early in the race and try to get to the front. Speed was carrying last week, as we saw, although Sunday the track got pretty fair, or I should say Monday. So with that in mind, I think Laughing Boy is very interesting to go gate to wire here. And as you can see by my picks, especially in the middle, the late part of the card, Nancy, I think there's a lot of opportunity for prices today.
That could not only be the factor in later in the card, but I think maybe throughout the card, because handicapping, sometimes, especially on Fridays and Sundays, we run those lower level races, which are the meat and potatoes, as I like to call it, of racing. So they deserve just as much credit as the allowance horses do. But in regards to this allowance race, it's been 10 months since we've seen Magic Tap, kind of a lightly raced 5-year-old, only run 10 times, but in the money, 6 of those. We last saw him when he ran 5th in the Grade 2 Oaklawn Handicap, but has been on the shelf since then. Not exactly sure why, but he has been training very well and started hitting the Oaklawn work tab in late November. So the factor that we're going to go 1 1/8 miles off the bench might not be a concern as much if this were per se a 3-year-old. So I'm going to give Magic Tap the nod. He certainly has the class, and the last time we did see him against Allowance Company, he was a victor. So I'm going to see if Steve Asmussen off the layoff, where he fires at 17%, can get the job done. Race number 10, the finale, the nightcap, the Cocktail Stakes. This is for Arkansas-bred fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. $20,000 is the maiden claim price, and they are going to go 6 furlongs in distance. And Matt, you got your work cut out for you today, buddy, because this is another full field.
I'm earning the paycheck,
for sure. You're definitely earning your paycheck.
But that's
today.
a good thing. I like it. So Pat Pope, Racing Office, Horseman Management, keep bringing those full fields. That's what we like to see. And I like to see Very Cosmopolitan dropping in for a tag today. I don't think that she's good enough to win a state-bred maiden special weight. We saw that the last 2 races, and interestingly enough, she went off favorite in both races. So she's been a little bit disappointing in that regard. But in for 20 today, that's really going to help her. And enough said.
Yeah, I'm on her as well. I think that drop is a big move towards the winner's circle. Is 3 against older, but like I said earlier, I think in regards to Arkansas breds, it's not as big of a difference when they're facing other open company. Races 3rd off the layoff, where the barn is 14%. And you know what I like to say, Matt? Best hop is a drop.
I love that phrase. You're the only person I've heard say that, but it's pretty great.
I heard it from PEH, Paul Holthus. So I stole
the myth, the legend.
I stole his line.
And he was a trainer before what he's doing now.
He came out of the womb basically on horseback.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
Oh, he definitely knows what he's doing. In addition to our 10 race selections, we have put together a $20 show bet bonus parlay, our top pick and our long shot. So Matt's $20 show parlay, he's going to start in the opener with Classically, then go to Birdie's Cause, Express Cruiser, and Speed Bias for the barn of Ron Moquette. And I'm going to start things in race 3 with Atlantic Strike, Complex Secret, go to Magic Tap, and then Matt and I's top selection in the nightcap, very cosmopolitan. Matt's long shot play of the day is Sunday Sprinkles, which really makes me want ice cream right now. That's in race number 2. Well, I'm going to go to Kenny McPeak's Champagne Rose, the Brazilian, in race number 7. My top pick, sponsored by Oaklawn Anywhere, is Magic Tap in the feature, while Matt goes to Express Cruiser in the start of the late 50-cent pick 5. Lots to digest because there's a lot going on tomorrow morning. Be sure to join Matt and myself. It is a free program. I will be directing the first barn tour at 7:45. Matt's going to join me at 8:30. And we're not just going to talk racing. I've been making bullet point about things I want to discuss with you because I want to pick your noggin about a few things.
Beautiful.
I'm looking forward to it. Is there anything off that I should just not go near?
No.
So you're a wide open book.
I'm a wide open book. Just ask me whatever. You don't need to tell me beforehand. We got this.
Well, and I don't like to do that because I want their initial reaction, their immediate response. Because normally, if I give the question to somebody, they think about it too much.
Sure.
So it's your very first instinct that comes out. So yeah, very looking forward to that tomorrow. So yeah, coming out, it's going to be beautiful tomorrow.
So we're going to be outside.
Yes.
Okay,
we are going to be outside. So come enjoy some West Rock coffee, juice, waters, and pastries on Oaklawn. We feed you.
We have good pastries.
You come
here.
out and we feed you.
Right.
What else could that be?
And I've tasted the pastries here. Very good.
They're very good. I might or might not wrap up some in a little plastic bag and take it to my house like my grandma used to do. Line the purse with plastic.
Don't tell anybody if you're watching.
Yeah. It's my little secret.
Yeah.
Don't say anything. Without further ado, you're going to see Matt giving you all the scratches and changes in just a few from the announcer's booth, the best view in all of racing, and you'll see me throughout the paddock in this day's 10 race cards. So without further ado, for Matt Dinnerman, I am Nancy Holthus. Good luck on today's program.